For sure.
I think she was saying that it's always been like that. It's
you
not
said
nowadays.
you said nowadays, right?
Yeah.
Oh.
But the question was, like, what makes people simp like now?
And what can mothers
So you said
do
from
that?
back in the day, it was,
But
it was
I
like
think
that.
you said now, but I think like, and people have always been probably doing that in one way or another.
I kind of disagree with that.
Yeah.
And I'll
Okay.
tell you why. Because the problem is that, so I look at it like you're simping once it's unreciprocated. So like if you're giving a girl time and attention and she's not reciprocating and giving you something back in exchange, then you're simping because that girl doesn't like you and you're investing too much.
Okay.
So it's just a guy who lets a woman takes advantage of him.
And just to go further, because you said you think people avoid simping. I disagree because, right, okay, it used to be you can give a girl flowers on the first date and you wouldn't get punished for that. She would like, you know, you'd be meeting a nice, dutiful, feminine woman that wasn't going to be a scumbag and wouldn't dog you out.
What?
But nowadays, you can't give a girl flowers, right? Because you'd be a simp nowadays and girls don't respect that. But back before, guys used to be traditional and they'd give girls flowers and it'd be okay because she would reciprocate to that nice treatment. But girls don't treat nice guys nice anymore.
When you say you wouldn't get punished for that, what do you mean like you would get punished for that?
If
Like, how
you
would
showed
you
up
get
on a first
punished?
date and gave a girl flowers in 2023, she would probably think you're a little weird. She would probably ghost you.
She just don't like
She would
you.
think you were a sucker.
That's a
Hold on.
society thing.
Sad.
No,
I
no.
mean, sometimes it's
there's a phrase,
it's
nice guys finish last. And the
so
reason for that is
subjective.
because
if that shit worked, it would flowers would be the most booming business ever. If
Do
you
you
could just
think
give a
that
woman
that
some flowers and she could. That's
never
Yeah.
works?
bullshit.
Not
I
in
ain't never seen
American,
it
not
work.
in American culture. Like American girls don't appreciate it.
Yeah,
They're like,
I-
oh, he's too nice. Oh, it's too much. Like, just he's doing too much.
Yeah. Also, it's like, what's your angle? Why are you so nice to me right now? What do you want from me?
Like, yeah,
Off rip.
that's maybe like harder to work with people, and like that's unfortunate that you can't like do that demonstration. But I think maybe sometimes it works if you're genuine.
rarely. And that's my point is
Yeah.
that it used to be if you went out on a date in the 1950s and you brought a girl
Yeah,
flowers and you
like
opened the
things were-
door, chivalry was respected back then. Nowadays, chivalry is punished. If you act like a gentleman to a lot of these modern day girls, they're gonna punish you for that shit. They're not gonna call you back. They're gonna use you for dinner dates. You're gonna get taken advantage of.
Yeah, like sometimes it is. Like maybe back in the day, like if you did that, like the majority of the time it would be received. And
Yes.
now in modern day, if you do that, like it's not the majority of the time it would be received. It's like the minority of the time that would be received. So like that's unfortunate. But just because it's the minority of the time that it would be received and like welcome doesn't mean that it would never happen. Do you think?
That's not the argument, but thank you.
I mean,
No,
I
I'm
mean,
just-
yeah,
What is
but
the
here's the thing.
argument?
Like,
Okay.
okay, if you had to spend,
Sorry, I like I'm a hopeless romantic. Like I like to imagine like that somewhere, someday, if someone gives someone flowers, like that works. Like
Yeah,
I don't
but-
wanna accept that no one can ever receive flowers and be happy. Like
well, I
like,
get it. You
probably
can say
not,
that. You can
but-
say that because you're a woman and women can live in a
but
fantasy
don't you
world.
feel like that? Like 1%?
Okay,
in the
hold
whole
on. Let me
world
flip
today,
it. Let me
someone
flip it.
can
Hold on.
get flowers
Let
and
me
be
flip it.
happy?
Let me
I don't
flip
wanna
it.
think that never happens. I'm sorry.
Let me flip it. How about this? How about if I told you, all right, before every date, you're gonna have to spend $50, right? You got to pay for the dinner, and you got to spend another $20 to get the flowers, right? And you went out on 10 dates that week, but you knew
70. We're at 70.
no 10 dates. Yeah,
No,
70.
50,
yeah, 70.
we're at
50, 70,
we're
right?
at
You have to spend
$70.
$70 per date, right? But you
Yes.
knew that of those 8 or 9 dates, or sorry, those 10 dates, 8 or 9 of the girls are not going to receive those flowers properly. Would you actually go to this extent and buy the flowers for every single one of those dates, knowing that you have a 10 to 20% probability of success?
Oh, you don't know what I
feel
would
like
do?
Anybody can answer that? Or that's for her specifically?
Yeah, I mean, would you spend the money on the flowers, knowing that your chances of
I swear,
of a
have I
return
I
are
feel like
slim?
that's more of your character type of thing. It's like a genuine. If you're genuine, you want to do that, you're gonna do it. If
Okay,
you
let's
don't want
go
to, you
straight
don't.
with
have my answer.
pragmatism and
Shit,
probability.
yeah.
Would you actually spend the money, realistically
logically,
speaking?
No.
No, right?
Not for everyone.
Most of you would not.
No.
And that's what I'm
like
trying to say.
flowers.
Women have the luxury of being hopeless romantics because you guys don't spend the money it costs to be a hopeless romantic.
Yeah, but
Okay, so if you do the math, 10 days, $70. How much is that?
wait, I have my answer.
Yeah,
Okay.
she wants to give her answer.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Obviously, you wouldn't do that all the time, right? But like, what if you saw somebody and you guys had a super connection, you stared into each other's eyes and you had a sparkle and you just felt like, yo, like me and you, I feel some type of way about you. You're the one for me, and I want to bring you flowers out of anybody else, right? So like that would be the moment I'll bring somebody flowers. Obviously, you don't want to like go around all day bringing somebody flowers.
How about this? Let me ask you a better question.
Occasionally, some people have
Let me ask you a better question.
And I want to give
Do you
that
think
person
most? Do you think most modern day women deserve flowers on a first date? Let's keep it real.
I think anyone who finds a person who like.
Do you think most modern day women deserve flowers on a first date and will receive it properly? Yes or no?
Man, why not? Of course, everybody gets to have flowers. I'm not gonna deny anyone a flowers.
I'm talking from the male perspective.
Yeah.
Like, would you, if you were a guy out here and you knew how women are, because you're a woman, right? And you're in LA, one of the toughest places.
Honestly, I would just give them flowers. What's it cost me? Like $12 at Ralph's.
More than that.
Girls like $20.
More than that.
You can find
flowers.
CVS,
Rose is expensive.
$5, $9.
Go to Trader Joe's. They're like $10.
Yeah, bro.
Trader Joe's
like,
has good flowers.
Because
$12 at Ralph's. Who cares? Give her like a random
So-
Right, the more
grocery
expensive,
store
the
bouquet.
more
You know what's funny?
expensive.
The fact that you said it's $5, right? Girls know that.
Who cares?
So I'm
if
spending
they-
$5 on flowers for you. Is it? I'm that cheap? Like they're gonna
I
look
don't
at
think
it.
that's-
I
This
wouldn't
nigga
matter.
broke.
It don't really
I
matter
wouldn't
because
think
it's
of
the thought.
Flowers.
She just don't
the
like
price.
y'all.
I
No, no,
wouldn't.
but
The
again,
price.
you're assuming that
Bullshit.
she likes you off rip. Most girls don't like most men.
Yeah.
So
I was
it's
gonna
not gonna
say,
work.
it depends on who it's coming from.
Yeah, like just like you first.
Let me
I-
ask you this. Have all of you been on a date before with a guy that you didn't really like that much, but you just were like, fuck it, I'll give it a chance?
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty
much.
watch it.
Fantastic. See? So, like, girls clearly go out on dates with guys that they don't like that. So, me as a guy, I know that women are prone to do this because they like attention, free meals, whatever it may be. I'd be an idiot knowing how women really move in 2023 to spend money and get flowers and increase my investment to a girl that hasn't invested back in me. Just from a pragmatic standpoint. I get it. You're a hopeless romantic. But you're not the one spending the money. So you can say shit like that. But men are the ones that spend the money. We're the ones that spend the time. We're the ones that have to actually go there and attract you guys. And women tend to look at things typically like from a, like you're already attracted to the guy. But the reality is if I come and bring you flowers before anything else, I've not had you invest anything, you're not going to respect me, unfortunately.
If it worked, men would do it. Men
Yeah.
trying to do
Yeah,
whatever
yeah.
works. If it worked, they would do it.
If it worked, dudes would be out here buying
But
flowers.
sometimes it does, don't you think? Like, I feel like some girls go on a date with a guy where maybe they're not sure about him and they give it a chance, and then sometimes that chance turns into something that they actually really like.
Right.
And
Now,
Yeah,
you,
like,
have
that
a,
ends up
you have a
building
situation like
something
some
more, and,
girls,
like,
some
that's
women, and not
that's
all,
dating.
not even most. There are a few women that actually love flowers.
Yeah.
That may click for a woman like that. That type of gesture.
But you're assuming.
But most women can care less about flowers.
But they like the thought.
So
I
here's a
agree,
question.
right?
Have
There's
you ever-
connections as well that are real, but to find out, and the odds are not in your favor because for most
Yeah.
men, they're gonna have to like prove themselves to her on some level, and it's gonna be like, okay, flowers. What's the angle here, nigga? Like, what you trying to get from me? It just depends, though. Sorry. Gotta.
She gotta answer that.
Someone want to say something? Oh, yeah.
I just feel like it just depend on the person. It just depend on the girl. Like, okay, y'all talking about buying flowers for a girl that don't really like y'all, whatever. I just feel like
Merch. Merch.
some girls, they just like you to be there. The flowers is just extra. Like, you know, some boys, they could talk to a girl, the boy don't even have to do nothing. They already in love with the boy. So it's like,